I cannot believe someone took my motorcycle in broad daylight. But I want to give you another tip that can save you some heartache. I'm like, oh crap, this is not good. No matter what happens, I'm going to win. I am going to win. Hola amigos, bienvenidos. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. But today I gotta talk. We have to talk about what happened to my motorcycle. Like somebody took my motorcycle. So let me go up here and get situated. Hola amigos, bienvenidos. Come on, están? Paz y bendiciones, paz y bendiciones. But guys, welcome to the page. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, it's an absolutely beautiful day in the neighborhood. I'm excited about it. You know, we'd like to talk about a lot of the good things, beautiful things, real estate. We like to talk about all kind of things, but we also have to talk about the things that are not so good, because if you're a foreigner going to a foreign country, their laws and the way they do things, it could be a lot different than what you're used to in your own country. So you have to think about these things. So like I said before, with everything good, there's a bad, there's a positive and there's a negative. The sun goes up, it comes down. The tide comes in, it goes out. You jump up, you come down. You laugh, you cry. So there's always a negative to the positive, and there's always a positive to the negative. But we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. But I want to say I'm wishing you peace, love, joy, happiness, prosperity, all the good things in life, nothing but the best. I'm wishing you to be an overcomer. I'm wishing you to have gratitude, all the good things that I'm wishing for you. So if you are viewing this and you're a subscriber, I'm wishing you nothing but the best. But let's talk about my motorcycle. I cannot believe someone took my motorcycle in broad daylight, right here in the middle of Valle eBay. Yes, it happened. I cannot believe it. Oh my. All right, I'm going to tell you how it all started and what happened. It started, I was in church. It was toward the end of church. It was a really long service. And my neighbor called me. He was like, hey, Emano, hey, Williams, I need your help. I had a flat tire. I need your compressor. Can you bring me your compressor? So I'm at church and it's really long. It's at the end and they're dragging it out. So I left church a little bit early. And so I went home and I grabbed my air compressor, jumped on my motorcycle and blast down there right downtown by eBay. So 2 minutes I was there. I seen him. I parked the motorcycle. I got off. I walked over, started helping him out. We were trying to put air into the tire. So we were trying. And finally I said, it's leaking out. And we couldn't do it. So we had a spare. Him and his wife had a spare. And so we get it out and we're changing it and we get the car ready to go. It's all good. And right before that, my neighbor said, hey, where's your motorcycle at? And I said, it's right up there, maybe about 15 yards away. Just right up there on the street. He said, okay. So we get the car all together. They get ready to leave. And I walk up there to where my motorcycle was, where I parked my motorcycle. And to my surprise, it was completely gone. The whole thing was just, it vanished. And I felt like I was dreaming, because I was like, man, I know I parked it right here. Like it's 15 yards. You go up the steps, like 4 or 5 steps. It's right there on the road. And so I called my friend. And Mano, come on. And I was like, bro, my motorcycle is gone. Like, did you see it? Like, did you see someone move it? He was like, no. He's like, that's why I asked you, where's your motorcycle? Because I didn't see it anywhere. And I'm like, man, I parked it right here. So we're looking around. We're checking out the scene. We see a few people out. It's right around 12 on Sunday. So it's kind of slow right at that particular time of day. But it was a few people on the other side of the road. And so we're looking around and I'm like, I know somebody's seen somebody move this motorcycle. It's bright, it's colorful, you can't miss it. And so we go around, we're asking people and nobody knows. And then one guy, he looked like he kind of knew what happened, but he didn't say anything. He was like, I don't know. Then he cut his eyes a little bit. And right beside the place where I parked my motorcycle is the police station. So I'm like, man, somebody's brave enough to steal my motorcycle in broad daylight, right beside the police station. And I couldn't believe it. So we walk across the street, we're going to talk with the police. And as we were walking up to the front door, I saw a glimpse of red. And I looked in the corner, like right behind a gate, and they had it impounded at the police station. Along with it, I seen about maybe 4 or 5 other motorcycles in there, but they had it impounded right there. I'm like, God, I was right next door. I was only there trying to help a friend. Like that's the only reason I went down there, because I normally don't go any place on Sunday. I normally relax at the house and take it easy, but I'm trying to help a friend. And so we're like, hey, my friend, he's Dominican, born and raised. And so he's talking with the guy, and he was like, hey, he just came down here to help me change the tire, bring his compressor down here and help me out. And they were just like, no, he parked illegally. I'm like, parked illegally? I said, I saw the sign, or it's got a sign up says E with a cross in it. That means no estaciones, no estaciones. That means no parking. So I see these signs everywhere. People still park. But this day, they had little small 12-inch cones set up on the side of the road by that sign. So technically, I did park illegally. And so he was trying to negotiate, and they said, no, you got to go to the bank and pay on Monday, which is tomorrow, or you got to go to the police station on the main road. And so we left. We go to the other police station. We're trying to find somebody. He knows somebody there. So we're trying to find somebody he knows to try to get my motorcycle out. This is Sunday. We're trying to get my motorcycle out immediately. And so we go there, and there's like, oh, he's not here. This guy, this chief or captain's not here. So we call him on the cell phone. He's like, I'm down here at the beach, come down here. So we go to the beach, and we see this gentleman or this officer. And so my friend slides him some pesos, and I'm thinking, okay, we can go down here, pick it up, we'll be good to go. And so we go, he gives us like a little ticket or a receipt, or not even a receipt, like a ticket. And we take it down there. We say, hey, we talked with so-and-so, it should be good to go. We can get the motorcycle now. And no, that wasn't the case. The guy said, hey, come back at 2 o'clock. Come back at 2 o'clock. And so it's 12 o'clock then. At that time, it's 12 o'clock. And my friends, they had to go to La Romana. So I said, y'all go ahead and go to La Romana. I'm going to come down here at 2 o'clock. And I was thinking to myself, it's probably not a good idea for me to come down here by myself. So 2 o'clock comes, and I go down there. They're finishing up their food. And so I'm waiting around. I'm like, okay, I'm here because they told me to come back at 2 o'clock to get my motorcycle. We've already paid 1,000 pesos to a gentleman. And so the guy that told me to come back at 2 o'clock, he's sitting there, but there's other people there, other officers there now. And so they're like, come back at 4. I'm thinking, really? Really come back at 4? Like, this is not good. Like, this is not good. So I said, cuatro? Like, see, cuatro? It's like, yeah, cuatro. Then they said, no, come back tomorrow. So I don't know if I pissed them off or whatever, but I'm like, oh, crap. I'm like, oh, crap, this is not good, man. Like, now at the same time, I leave and I come back around 4 just to check out the scene and see if I can see my motorcycle still back there. So I come back at 4 and I see other people kind of hanging around the police station, like kind of looking at the police station. I said, oh, these people got their motorcycles impounded also. Now, some of these were younger guys, maybe teenagers, young adults, and they're kind of around the area looking and trying to see if they can get theirs back also. So I felt a little relief that it wasn't just me. So I'm checking out the scene, man. And fortunately for me, I'm right here. I'm in walking distance. I can walk down here in 5 minutes, no problem. But for the most part, most of the people that had their motorcycles confiscated, they lived in different cities, maybe La Romana, Igwe. So they're about 30 minutes to 45 minutes away. And they had to come back on Monday to settle the case and get their stuff back. So luckily, I felt a little better, like, okay, they got other motorcycles back there, other little scooters or whatnot, that hopefully it might be good. It might be okay. But I'm just thinking to myself, when I come back tomorrow by myself, what's going to happen? And so I had to think about the books that I read, had to think about the Bible, all things work together for my good. So all things going to work together for my good. I had to start thinking about that. Like, if I don't get it back, if they sell it or if it comes up missing the next day, like eventually I'm going to get something better. Either I'm going to get my bike back, I'm going to get my motorcycle back, or I'm going to get something that's twice as good. I was thinking about Job. I was like, man, Job lost everything, and his wife said, why don't you curse God and die? And he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And he eventually got double his money, double his possessions and all that back. So I had to think on that. So I was like, okay, no matter what happens, I'm going to win. I am going to win. So the next morning I go down there, it's 9 o'clock. I go down there and I see other people showing up, getting out of cars, and they've come from their other cities or wherever they come from. They're coming back. And about 9:30, they start like entertaining people inside the office. And I see people coming with their receipts from the bank. They come in with their receipts that they paid their fine, 1,000 pesos. And they go in there and a few of them get their motorcycles back. Some of the young kids get theirs back. I see older people. I see women down there. And man, everybody's trying to get their motorcycle back. So it's my turn now. I go in there and I'm like, I got my translator out. I'm like, all right, here's my translator. This is what it says. I came yesterday. We paid the fine. They told me to come back at 4. Then they told me to come back today at 9. I'm here at 9. I just want my motorcycle. Hope you're doing well. God bless you. Like all that is in my text. Like I'm like, God bless you. I respect police officers. I respect law enforcement. Like all that's in my text. So, and so they pass it around and I talk with another captain. First they was like, who did you pay? And I'm like, I think his name was so-and-so. They was like, well, we don't know anything about that. You have to go and pay and bring a receipt like everybody else is bringing. So I'm pleading my case again. I'm like, no, we already paid 1,000 pesos. And so finally I was like, you know what? I'm going to go down there and pay this 1,000 pesos. The captain there, he took a picture of one of the receipts from the other gentleman or the other young man. He took their receipt, took a picture of it. And he told me, take that down to the bank and show them this, tell them that you need to pay 1,000 pesos and bring that back here and you can get your motorcycle. So I'm like, okay, fine. I got to get my motorcycle. I got to have it. I want it right now. So I text my buddy. I'm like, hey, my neighbor, the one I was helping out, I said, hey, they say I got to pay another 1,000 pesos at the bank. I got to bring a receipt back. So I walk to the bank and I'm in line. I'm waiting. Then I get a phone call from a number that I've never seen before in my life. So I answered it. He was like, Senor William. I said, yeah, that's me. He was like, hey, venga, police station, venga ahora. So I leave the bank. I'm running with my backpack, with my flip-flops. I'm running to the police station. I get there in like 2 minutes. And so there's this gentleman that I've never seen before. He was like, Williams. He was like, hey, I'm here to try to help you out or whatever. And so he's talking with the captain. They're still talking, negotiating and pleading his case. And apparently this guy, he was part of the military, but he was in civilian clothes. And so they're still negotiating and they still want me to pay this $1,000. And finally, to make a long story short, I was able to get it out. This guy helped me get my motorcycle out. Come to find out, he owns a condo in the same complex that I do, but he helped me get my motorcycle out. And I didn't have to pay another 1,000 pesos. So I was extremely happy about that. Man, I got on it. And when I got it back, it was in the exact same condition as it was when they impounded it. The battery was in there, the gas, everything was exactly the same. Now I was worried. I didn't know if they were going to try to keep it for a few days or 3 or 4 days. And if your flight is leaving in 2 days and you got your motorcycle impounded for 3 or 4 days, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And before that, I heard the captain mention something about me being here longer than 30 days. I heard him say 30 días. So he's saying something about I've been there longer than 30 days. So I don't know if that played a role in it, but I was able to get it back and it was in great shape. And I was, like I said, I was concerned because I heard other people saying that, some police officers down here could be a little crooked. Now that's what I heard. So, so I was able to get it back and it was in the exact same condition and nothing bad happened. I was able to get it back. I learned a lesson. Do not park where those cones are, where you see the sign, just do not park. So the police took my motorcycle, but it was because I parked illegally. It was my own fault. It was my own fault. What can I say? But I want to give you another tip that can save you some heartache, some pain, some embarrassment. If you see a gentleman walking with his donkey and they've got a load of wood on it, like they're working, he's walking, he's got his shirt off, he's sweaty, and all this stuff, he's got a machete. Do not take a picture of this gentleman. Do not do it. Do not do it. I mean, if you do, like, ask first, but do not start taking pictures of this gentleman. He will go off. I've met him before. He's a very nice gentleman, but when he's working, and you have a lot of foreigners out here trying to take pictures of this man while he's working, because it's you don't see this thing in your country. Most people do not see these types of things in their country. So it's just a weird, you see it and you're like, oh man, this guy, no. I see him every day. He walks up and down in front of my patio every day, and we speak to each other now. It took a while. But do not take a picture of him. He will go off on you. Trust me. I seen it yesterday, and it was not pretty. It was not pretty. This young lady I felt bad for her. I felt like she was gonna just melt and die. I don't know. But like I said, everything worked out. I didn't have to drive from Igwe, allow Romana to come back and get it. I just walked down there. I was able to get it the next day, so it all worked out. So it's a blessing. But guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, share, notification bell, all that good stuff. And please watch out for coconuts. Peace.